So basically, I'm gonna have to bring this everywhere. Hey guys, how's it going? Justin here from Walts, and today we're going to be talking about the Austin from Klipsch. This is a part of their Music City series Bluetooth speaker lineup, and in today's video I want to cover everything from the design, the connectivity, and of course the audio, which if you do stick around, there will be a sound test at the end. So let's get right into it. Now, the Austin by Klipsch in terms of size is pretty small, pretty portable, has a width of 4.1, a height of 4.1, and a depth of 1.7 inches. So a nice little cube that's not too thick and pretty easy to store in pretty much every bag. It is the smallest speaker in the Music City series, but this allows it to be more portable, more on the go for those of you who travel a lot, or maybe you want to put it on your bike when you go on bike rides, golf carts, etc. There's a ton of things you can do with this. That built-in strap will allow you to, hang it or, attach it to something that normally you would never be able to attach a speaker to, so I think that's pretty cool. It comes in a nice black finish with a metal mesh kind of looking grill that is pretty sturdy, and I just overall like the way it looks. Something else cool about the Music City series is that the buttons on all three of the speakers are the same. So you're gonna have your power button, your Bluetooth, and then your volume up and down. Very simple. I'll show you guys how to kind of set this up in broadcast mode later, but it's kind of nice that they're all the same. On the front, you probably already noticed it has that iconic Klipsch branding, which I actually really like. I think it's better than just like a cheap, ugly mesh look. So very cool little branding there. The Austin is also IP67 rated for water and dust, meaning it's completely protected from dust, but more impressively, also waterproof up to, I think, 3 feet, is it? Yeah, 1 meter, 3 feet, about 30 minutes. Which is, pretty typical for this rating. Obviously, you don't want to go snorkeling with this guy, but, if you have it on the boat and it accidentally falls in the water or you're by the pool, no big deal. Just make sure you dry it off and it's going to work fine. Also, the speaker is very durable. I like the rubber casing on the outside. It's got a nice design, but also a nice touch and feel. And I can just tell that this speaker is going to last a long time and not get beat up very easily. Now, as far as connectivity, it's pretty limited here. You only have Bluetooth, but that's because of design. It is Bluetooth 5.3, but what's more impressive is the fact that you can actually connect this to other Music City speakers, as many as you want, really. And this is not only available to Music City, but also any other Klipsch products that have that broadcasting mode built in. When we talk about setup, I'll kind of explain some of the other things as well. As far as charging, it does have USB-C, which is nice that they're, keeping up to date on that. 2 hours is going to give you 12 hours of battery life, which is more than enough for most people. It also has a LED status marker that you can check your battery whenever you need. Another cool thing is that you can pause the music on the Austin and just take a phone call. It has built-in microphone. Not many Bluetooth speakers are going to offer something like that. Headphones, yes, but speakers, not usually. I also recommend that you do connect this to the Klipsch Connect app, and yes, it is a new Connect app. It's different than the old one, so make sure you scan the QR code that's on the little sheet when you open the Austin. Oh, and if you guys are enjoying the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It really does help me out. So let's talk audio. There's a lot here, and I really want to make sure we cover everything. Now, if you download the app, like I just said to, you can actually customize the EQ, which is really cool. Not every speaker does this. Me personally, I'm more of a hip hop / pop, electronic type of music person. So, I take that back. I listen to it all, but on the regular is, that type of music. And for me, I'm going to have more of a bass heavy EQ. So I was glad that I was able to kind of incorporate that into my speaker. Now, the Austin has a 1.5 inch full range driver, which I was surprised that they could fit that in this. And more impressively, it actually has dual passive bass radiators, which is going to help with those lower frequencies. And it's got 85 decibels of max acoustic output and 10 watts of amplifier power. Now, I'm not really sure if this makes sense, but what I really like about the Austin is although it doesn't have a ton of bass, you don't lose any of the quality in the mids or highs. If you're going to need more bass, then the Nashville and the Detroit are definitely going to be better options for you. But, the Austin, in my opinion, is more about portability and great quality sound. It's already louder than a lot of speakers in its size, so I don't think that, in terms of sound quality, you're losing anything here. You just might need a little bit more kick with bass depending on what you're listening to. And volume and space. So if you're trying to fill a large space, then the Austin might be a little bit too small. You might need the Detroit or the Nashville. But, if you're on the go, it doesn't really matter. You just want to have personal music coming out of a speaker. This might be a better option. So that pretty much covers everything from the audio on this mini beast of a speaker. However, I do want to show you real quick how to set up the broadcasting mode if you do plan on getting multiple, Music City speakers. So let me show you that real quick. So if you have multiple Music City series speakers that you do want to connect together, this is how you're going to do it. First, you're going to want to power on the main unit that you plan on keeping closest to your phone. Power that on, power your phone, and turn on the Bluetooth. And then you're going to press the Bluetooth button on the speaker and get connected. Once your phone is connected to the speaker, then what you're going to want to do is put it in Bluetooth pairing mode for broadcasting. And you can do this by holding down the Bluetooth and the power button at the same time for just a few seconds until you hear a jingle. Once that happens, then you can take your other Music City speaker that you want to connect, power that on, and do the same thing. Hold the power and the Bluetooth button down until you hear the jingle, and then there should be a second jingle that lets you know that, hey, it has connected. And the best way to do this, in my opinion, is already play some music at a low volume so that you can kind of hear when it actually connects. And if you want to add any additional, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or however many speakers you have, you just got to go through that same process where you hold the pairing button down until you get the jingle, and then it automatically connects. If for some reason they get disconnected or out of sync, you just have to power it down and start over again. But yeah, that's basically how you connect the broadcast mode. Now, what surprises me about the Austin and just the Music City series in general is the technology and the fact that it actually works. You can have whole room stereo anywhere you want with the power of Bluetooth without having to be plugged into the wall or connected to a home network. Now, you can't be placing these hundreds of feet or yards away from each other. It's Bluetooth. It needs to connect to each other. But overall, for what they're trying to do here, I think they really did a good job. So with that being said, it is time for the sound test, and that's pretty much everything I want to cover with the Austin. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And if you're looking to pick one of these up, check the links down in the description. We really do appreciate your support. I'll also leave links for the other Music City speakers once they're done down in the description as well. So with that being said, we'll see you guys in the next one.
Feel that bass.
Thank you guys so much for making it to the end of the video. If this is a product that you're interested in, make sure to email me at youtube@walts so I can get you a special YouTube discount. If you haven't already, subscribe for more videos like these, and we'll see you in the next one.